Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation. And today, I don't have a Spider-Man playmat. I want to get one, but the distribution for GameGenic stuff is all around the place. So yeah, plus there is only like one that I want, which is the meme one. Maybe there's another, but whatever. So I had this Wolverine playmat for the longest time because I saw it with a discount, because this is for some Marvel. This is technically Ultra Pro, but this is from some old Marvel card game. Well, old Marvel something. I don't remember the name of the game. And I love Wolverine, so I was like, "Yeah, boy!" And here we are. And I guess that's the closest thing I have to Spider-Man. I think I have one from the same card game, but for Doctor Strange. So yeah, without further ado, we're doing Spider-Man, baby. So if you are new to the channel, this is podcast time. So I'm going to open this in a very chill fashion and manner and just podcast the hell out of it. So there is a lot of things to comment from this week alone. So I guess let's get right into it. And as a disclaimer, I guess I am kind of on the fence, not on defense, but on the fence regarding this set, because as a Magic player, as a Magic the Gathering player, I am not super excited about this. As a person that really likes comics, like really comics, like 90s comics and 80s comics, and even maybe 2000s comics, and not so much like the MCU and all that shit. Not shaming anyone. It's just that I don't like that. I'm like a pure. I look at this and go like, Spider-Man cards, and ain't that bad. So it's gonna be a hell of a mixed bag. Also, for once, I do have like the pre-release and all that, but I felt that is for timing reasons better to do the Play Booster box now and just talk about the stuff, because man, we had so much stuff happening this week. The Wolverine thing is relevant because we had the first trailer for Insomniac's Wolverine for PlayStation. The same people that did the Spider-Man game. Also, for some reason, because we had the Tokyo Game Show this week, we had the Atlanta Magic Con this week. What else we had? We had some other stuff that I don't remember right now. Like, we had so much stuff, and ironically, there was this game that was showcased in the TGS that is from Tencent. It's called, what's the name? It's like Atlanta or like Anisakis or something like that. Ansaka. I don't remember the name. It's basically like a Weeb GTA, which is crazy, and it's gonna be a gacha apparently. So that's a lot, and not shaming anyone. That's kind of cool. And as some meme comments said, it's like, it's crazy that we're getting Kraven's cats, Venomized cats. I guess this is the ball that the cats play with, so I guess this is a theme booster. I really want to comment on these cards because I haven't looked at them in super detail on purpose, but at the same time, I want to comment on all the shit that happened. Man, there's a Thwip card. Like, the problem with this set for a lot of people, me included, is that, even if you like Universes Beyond and all that stuff, or whatever, the set itself is not like super strong. There is not a lot of cards that you are like, oh, I need to build a commander deck around this. It's just like, right? For example, you see this and it's like, ooh, this is Miles, right? And it's like, yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's not like a super crazy card. Also, you have the Omen Path set, that I feel people are like overcompensating for it with all the Fleam stuff and whatnot, and being like, no, this is the good one. This is the good one. But how nice. But it's kind of weird. There's a lot of human hero spider things going around. It only makes sense with Spider-Man, so it is what it is. It just feels very messy. It feels like, to do this, don't do it at all. But I guess, it's obvious. If you're going to start somewhere, start with Spider-Man, the most famous and I guess powerful superhero from the house of ideas. For DC, I think it's very obvious that it's Batman. For Marvel, is Spider-Man, right? So it is what it is, and I think everyone is more or less on the same page with this one. So but now going back to some lightning fixes, but going back to the game. What is the name of the game? Give me 1 second. I need to go check the name of the game. Okay, Ananta is the game. There was like Anisakis, Atlanta, it was Ananta. And yes, to find it fast, what I looked for was Weeb GTA. And all the news immediately got Google was like, yep, I got you. So like I have no problem with the game. It seems like it can be actually, if they play their cards properly, that thing can be the actual, like, maybe not the actual, but like one of the metaverses, like people, because of Meta and Facebook and all that shit, and Zuckerberg being Zuckerberg, which he's played those Ray-Bans that actually kind of look cool. The only problem is that, well, they are owned by Facebook, so there is that. Because even the case and all that stuff, pretty cool. But cool looking Venom card. The card itself is kind of whatever, but it is what it is. Which also reminds me that the beginner decks that were announced like at the beginning of everything, that was like, oh, we have 5, 1 for each color. And it's like 1 with Venom, 1 with Spider-Man, 1 with Miles, 1 with, and I remember looking at that and I remember being like, this is gonna be a problem. And it's like, no, it's not gonna be a problem. Because these are for the LGSs to give for free, because you see, Wizards still cares about the LGSs and for people to, play the game and all that. And I was like, the intentions may be noble, but as has been proved multiple times, humanity will not make it work. And lo and behold, a lot of LGSs are not giving away those, they are selling them. Or worse, right? And on one hand, it's like, oh, those damn LGSs, but at the same time, can't really blame them, can we? Because, I mean, again, this is like a survivor's market we're talking about. And fun fact, Todd McFarlane, which is one of the co-creators of Venom, there's this interview with IGN that he did like 2 years ago or something like that, where he says that like he's not a Tong guy. Tong guy. I guess maybe he's not a Tong guy. I don't know. But and funny enough, if you go look at his illustrations, it's like it's true there is not a lot of drawings of Venom with the tongue out. That was the guy that came next. That I can't remember the name. And for a lot of people, Venom is like the drooling tongue. For me, it's 50-50. It really depends on the illustration. I think that some nice looking card, I mean the few the part that you can see, there's a few illustrations that I think really go overboard with the whole tongue thing, and the tongue is like longer than the arms. See, a hot dog in Magic the Gathering, crazy. But now going back to these are like the easiest to open boosters. So yeah, the LGSs are not giving those away apparently. That's okay, I guess. I mean, I don't like it as a player, but I, as an adult, I guess I get it because it's a rough market, it's a rough life, and it's like, are they going to give it away? I mean, those are given to them to be given for free, right? So I don't know. Nice. I don't know, like I mean, not the card, it's just the Spider-Man. Like, I'm looking at this as a Spider-Man fan, don't hate me. I don't know if like what contract they have, like if they have to give them for free. I guess they are given to them with a credit or something. Oh, nice, the Spider-Punk art is cool. And of course, rent is due. And it's like you give them for free, and it's like it's one of those perks kind of thing that I guess Wizards gives to the LGSs. Same with some other quote-unquote perks like the Magic 30 and all that. Maybe it's like they receive them on their contract, and it's like, oh, you have to give them away. You're not allowed to sell them or something. But it feels like it's an easy loop you just give them to someone and that person sells them for you, and that's it. I don't know. But I mean, can't blame them. Apparently there are some cards that are only there or some shit like that. I don't know. And obviously, because FOMO and collectors and scalpers and whatnot, they are kind of valuable. So people are selling those. So yeah, I mean, if I am an LGS, and I read this comment, someone said like, you are sacrificing profits now for profits in the long run, which I get it, right? To a degree, it's like, well, these are supposed for you to give to new players so that you build play base and they learn how to play Magic and you have more players in the long run, right? So that I get. The problem is that really what's going to happen? It's funny how such an easy land to craft is cool looking. Like, is that really what's going to happen? Like, honest? Like, you know, unless you really know your audience, which I mean, most LGSs know, because we are always the same dudes in the store. Whenever there is a new dude, I remember in one store that I was, like, there is like this like friendly reminder, as if the store owner is like a beast tamer or something. Whenever a new player joins in, that is like and someone new goes to the door, that is like, it looks at everyone and goes like, you know, like, behave yourselves or something. I just find it always very funny, because it's like, yeah, some LGSs people are super cool and you just like talk to everyone and have a great time, and some others people are more like gatekeepers, but it is what it is, right? So I get it that it's like, well, you're supposed to give these cards for free so that you get more players in. That's good. That's good both for you, the store, and for Wizards. So that's why they are doing it. And it's supposed to not have any value in there. But as usual, Wizards made the mistake of making anything relevant, putting anything relevant in there, which, you know, great movie of, you know, having this situation was great saga, people. So it is what it is. I think we have what we deserve as a as a species. But I can't fully blame the LGS. Like, I get it. Like, I don't support it, but I get it to a degree. It's like, you're gonna gift it so that same dude is gonna turn. It's not because you see the pictures like in Reddit and stuff like that. People buy stuff and open the stuff in the car and take the pictures in the car. It's like, dudes, can you really just can wait to get to your house? By the way, city pigeons. Can you really just not wait until you get to your house and do a proper opening and take the pictures to put on Reddit or something? It's like, is that really something that urgent that you have to like open it in the car like some sort of drug addict? Is like, what the hell? So I get that, I guess. But on happier news, well, I guess less happier news. So I said that last time that I was about to talk about this set. So the pre-release for this set was one of the saddest that I attended. Nice, Spider-Man 2099. So I can die at peace now, because one of my favorite Spider-Man ever, I get the card, which is not super duper to play with, but I like the card. It is what it is. And again, if you know the market wasn't what it is, likely I would have bought like some collector boosters, and yeah, I will be happy with some of the arts in here. If you are a Spidey fan and all that stuff, those are really cool, because are basically, I mean, no shame to the artists that work for Wizards, because they are hired on demand, right? So it's not like they work there like 24/7, but like all these arts that you're seeing here are done by artists that were hired specifically for Magic the Gathering. So for these cards, right? So no offense to them at all. Like the art direction is kind of weird, because it's this midpoint between it looks like Magic, it looks like a comic. So I don't know, but like it doesn't have me like super excited over it. But tastes are like asses. Everyone has their own. Bagel and Schmear, let's go. But remember the Final Fantasy set that we had like those like through the ages that were basically like reskinned already existing cards, but using like literal art from like the games or screenshots even from the games, etc. So well, we have that here, and they look pretty cool. Like they're using McFarlane's art, they're using Jack Kirby's art, like all that stuff. And it's funny because technically it's the laziest type of Magic card because it's really just like existing Magic cards with a skin, and the skin is not even a new drawing. So technically, if you want me as a kind of a purist Magic fan, that's the worst type of Magic card that you can do. But as a person that just likes comics and stuff, it's like those are the ones that I want. I mean, no offense to these artists. Sometimes it's cool to see like new drawings and interpretations of stuff, but yeah. And sometimes I wonder if, all the Universes Beyond cards shouldn't just be like skins of already existing cards, just to avoid having lukewarm sets like this one. Like this set, I think also the problem is the power creep to a degree, but because not everything has to be Vivi, right? But at the same time, I feel like, that debate that we normally have, and I talk about that a lot of times in this channel, is like, well, technically we buy this, like people just buy this stuff looking for rares and mythics, and Wizards knows it, and that's why they always do the math, saying like, oh, did you get this amount of rares, and this is the chance of you getting a rare, and all that stuff, right? So they know, we know, everyone knows, right? So it is what it is. It's not a secret. But they have to design commons and uncommons, and yes, for people that play Pauper and Pauper Commander and all that stuff, that's great. Like I love Pauper because it's like slower, you have to be more creative to a degree, and you get to play with a lot of cards that you normally don't play. It's like playing Pokemon with, not the card game, like the video game, in tiers that force you to not use like the obviously good Pokemon, and that's cool. But or just playing like Jank Commander and stuff like that. But sometimes it feels very iterative and just feels like a lot of waste. Like I love the art, but it's like I'm not ever going to use Scout the City. Maybe you pull in the pre-release, you use it, but since you're not going to play standard with this because a lot of these cards are not that good, you are just you see them once and you go okay and go on with your life. Like I don't feel like you're going to like keep seeing them over and over. Maybe one or two will pop here and there, but since they're kind of lackluster, not really. So it really feels like a waste. If there was a lot more time to breathe between sets, then sure, even if they were kind of lackluster, you will see them more. Maybe in the Friday Night Magic events or something. But since this thing is going so fast and we already have Avatar and all whatever, and the competitive for a standard is ruled by Vivi, there is no real point in seeing these cards. Also, there are no Commander decks, so you're not going to see Spider-Man a lot. You're going to see a couple of Spider-Man cards. And yes, there's a lot of people trying to build around some Spider-Man cards because they like those Spider-Man characters, but you know what I mean? So it feels really like I do wonder. I guess that Disney doesn't care, maybe. I guess, although being Disney, I guess there has to be some clause there that is like, like when when developers do a video game and they have those clauses about like Metacritic, and it's like, oh, you have to have a rating of 80 plus to get the bonus or something like that. I guess there is no such thing for Magic except sales, I guess. But maybe there is a clause about critical reception or something, or not. I don't know, because they're already signed for 5 sets, so whatever, right? Like the money is already there. But it will be funny that there is a thing that is like, oh, you did a set and the set is bad, so you need to make it good. Otherwise, our image gets tarnished. Because, like, people buy this. A lot of scalpers are buying these, and people that just like shiny things or Marvel or whatever. Because, well, it's a Spider-Man. It's one of the most famous characters in the world, but it's not being perceived. I don't know if they care even. Like, I don't know if Wizards or Marvel care a lot about this. It's like, it's not being perceived as a good set to play with. Do they care? I don't know. Do they care if... I don't think so, and to a degree it's kind of sad. Like, do they? Because that's why it's not online. Like, this is not an evergreen set. They are going to print it for a while, and then it's going to be out of print because it's Universes Beyond, and I guess we get the Omen Path cards maybe or not as reprints later down the road. It feels like a very weird set, and like you have a lot of spider things, so the synergies are here, but not. If you have Shelob as your commander, this thing is great, but like it just feels weird. It feels like a phantom pain of a set. You know what I mean? It's like we have stuff, but not really. I don't know who is happy with this 100%. And don't get me wrong, I'm opening these. And I'm not commenting on a lot of them because I don't want to, break my speech pattern even more. But even stuff like this, I look at this and go, and like I like it. It's dumb, but I like it. Like obviously, if you gone to my head, do you prefer that or like I don't know, going back to Innistrad? Like, bring me back to Innistrad, but well, maybe not Innistrad because we were there recently, but Theros, bring me back to Theros, maybe, just saying. But I like Spider-Man, so I'm not super hating it. The pre-release was kind of tame. Like it was like 2 people and I asked around, and yeah, not a lot of people overall. And sales for a normal product weren't too crazy. Like for example, I think that's good. Maybe, I don't know. For me, it was good because, for example, I couldn't get my hands on the bundles because reasons, and I got late to that party, I guess. And I was like, well, I guess I will get it later, similar to what I did with Final Fantasy. And I'm still like camping on the Final Fantasy ones because I don't want to pay. Like, I will pay a markup. That's assumed because I was late to that party. But I don't want to pay too much of a crazy markup for both because as you saw, we opened like a normal bundle, but it was a German one. No offense to the German people. It's just that I wanted it in English. So I guess nice Agent Venom. I guess that I will buy them later or not because maybe they won't ever go down. And the same goes for the collector one. The collector one, I'm not expecting. Oh, sorry, the gift bundle. I'm not expecting that one to go significantly low, but it is what it is. But this one, ironically, the day the set came in, like the next day, there was a lot of stock at normal price for the bundles. Either they push like a reprint of those at the end, or it was like, yep, it didn't sell. So, I mean, happy me, I'm getting those, but because I like bundles, this channel, but, so, I don't know. It was kind of lukewarm, and we were just commenting about stuff. To a degree, problem is, some people say that this was supposed to be like a Beyond booster, like Assassin's Creed, and they stretched it. And yeah, I can see that because there's not a lot of cards. And there's a lot of legendary creatures because there's a lot of Spider-Man. And if you don't know the Spider-Man lore and you don't know that this is like some are clones, some are multiversal versions of Spider-Man. Like it looks like, why are there so many Spider-Man and blah, blah, blah. We all saw the prof videos. Another clone. See, 2 clones in the same booster. Crazy, guys. And the Clone Saga. You can make this up. Really, you can make this up. This has to be like a preordained booster. So, I don't know. It's like, I'm not hating on it. I hate the reason that it exists. I would have preferred that it was just like 4 commander decks, or 2 maybe, if you don't want to have 4, and collector boosters, similar to the Warhammer and whatnot. But I guess the Wizards understood that if they say it's a standard, maybe that was a condition or something for the new partners, so that the partners, for the licenses, don't feel like the product is like a side thing, which is weird because like people play more commander than standard, so like who cares? But I guess this is backwards. These Wizards trying to re-inject into standard, which ironically is adding so much stuff to it that is making it hard to breathe. But and at the same time, they don't ban the cards that are killing the format, so it is what it is. Like, it's all about selling at the end of the day. So I guess that, and yes, obviously, if you do the commander decks and then you do collector boosters, you're not going to sell as much as if you just do this, right? Because people are going to buy the play boosters, they're going to buy the collector boosters and bundles and all that shit. Nice. Relentless Assault. See, this is the type of card that I was talking about. See, this is the thing that gets me excited. Again, it doesn't. I will concur. It doesn't look like a Magic card a lot, right? It looks kind of weird, and great comic, by the way. I mean, I will say if you need to read a Spider-Man comic, read Kraven's Last Hunt, but maybe it's not the best thing if you don't have like a lot of context about the Spider-Man. I guess it's more of a, I won't say it's like a super advanced Spider-Man read, but it's kind of a, your basics Spider-Man read. So if you saw like the 90s series or something like that, you are there. If you only saw the MCU movies, you're likely not gonna get half of the things that are happening there, or at least not get them to its fullest. You're gonna be like, okay, but it doesn't happen like that in the movies, and it's like, that's the problem, right? So, I guess that. But so the pre-release was kind of sad. I don't hate the set, but it is what it is. But now let's talk about MagicCon, right? Man, what a crazy ride of a day. So we know all the sets that we're gonna get for next year, and it's funny because I think it was in the previous podcast or the one before or something. I was like, well, we don't know what is gonna be released after Lorwyn. Maybe, there is a set in Arcavius, but that's it. And well, they took care of that. So now we have Arcavius, which is called. So first of all, it's gonna be 7 sets. 7, of which 4 are Universes Beyond. So get used to this. Is here to stay. But the first one is Lorwyn, which looks great. The art direction is very cool. I'm not saying this to be like a contrarian and be like, oh, see, this is the great thing. Not like this Universes Beyond thing. Like, again, I said multiple times, I guess it's a valid disclaimer, but I became a Doctor Who fan because of the Doctor Who cards. Like, I played Magic first, saw the Doctor Who cards, and were like, this looks kind of interesting. And I got into Doctor Who because of that. So I guess it works both ways. Warhammer, I know about Warhammer, but I just, it's not my thing, right? But the decks are great. I love them. And Final Fantasy, it was backwards. Like, I played Final Fantasy since I was a baby, and later Magic, and having those two together was very good, even though getting product was kind of shit. So thank you, Wizard, for that. But and with Spider-Man, it's kind of there. It's like an Avatar. Spider-Man is the same. It's like I was raised with Spider-Man. I love Marvel comics, Marvel video games, Marvel shit. Not so much of a fan of the MCU, but it is what it is. Great art, by the way. It's a reference to another card by the same artist, which I can read. I guess I'm getting old. RK Post. Sorry, I was like Rick Post. It's like, no, RK Post. So nice art as well. So it is what it is. I'm not against Universes Beyond, but it's true that sometimes I'm just like, can we get some fantasy? So apparently we're gonna get Lorwyn. Then we're gonna get a Universes Beyond set that no one knows what it is, but there are strong rumors that it has something to do with Nickelodeon because of some of the recent conversations, and because we got an Avatar one and some SpongeBob cards. So I guess there is that. Then, and it's funny that it's the most recent Universes Beyond set is the one that is not confirmed. It's like, I guess they're saving the hype to launch it together with something. Like, if it's a set, I don't know if it's Nickelodeon doesn't have, unless it's a Nickelodeon set, Nickelodeon doesn't have that many IPs to like hold it. Like, Avatar is one. Avatar already feels like stretched a little bit. You can do like a Rugrats one, right? You're not gonna do like a iCarly one, although I won't be surprised if there is a Secret Lair about that. So I would love an Real Monsters one, or Hey Arnold, or all that stuff, but those really look more like Secret Lairs. So I guess there is only one Nickelodeon IP that really can hold its weight, and obviously it's Ren and Stimpy. So I don't know. Let's see if it's that, because it can be anything really at this point. It could even be Nintendo. We were like, the door is open, even more after this MagicCon. They show so much crazy stuff that is like, sorry, we can have that in Magic? Okay. So after that one, we're going back to Arcavius, and we have like Strixhaven, Secrets of Strixhaven or something like that. Looks cool. They reveal some key art. I'm kind of worried about the key art because the artistic style looks, and this may be an impression just from that key art. Maybe I don't get art, I don't know, but my impression from that key art was that it looked a little bit like Saturday morning cartoon-ish, like cartoonish, you know what I mean? Nice, Dr. Octopus. Like, you know what I mean? It looked like, like babies, Arcavius, you know what I mean? Weird. It looked weird. So I will still wait for it to come out, but still. So after that, we get... man, there are so many that I actually forgot. So is... You get Lorwyn, Universes Beyond, Strixhaven, or Secrets of Strixhaven. Then we get another Universes Beyond that is... well, we get The Hobbit. Is The Hobbit? Hobbit? No, I'm missing one. Marvel Superheroes. Marvel Superheroes. So my brain erased that one. I don't know why. It's weird that it's called Marvel Superheroes. It's like, really? You're not going to... Like, you're just going to call them like that? Like, Spider-Man, Marvel Superheroes. And I guess then it's like, the Uncanny X-Men or something. It's like, really? Not... Like, you have 5 Marvel sets or whatever, because one per Infinity Gem. Can't you just, like, talk to Marvel and do, like, a saga or something, and, you know, and call it, like, Battle for New York or something like that? I don't know. Like, I get it that the first one is just Spider-Man, but I would really just make it like the MCU. It's like, oh, this one is Spider-Man, this one is Iron Man, this one is Marvel Superheroes. It's like, oh, okay. So we get Marvel Superheroes. Then right there, like after Marvel Superheroes, we get The Hobbit, which people were expecting that one. It's in this channel, it's documented. I like the Lord of the Rings cards, and I like the Lord of the Rings, and yet maybe it's because of the movies, even though, yes, I read the book, but maybe it's because of the movies. But I look at the Hobbit set and I go like, I really need this. I really need more Lord of the Rings in Magic. Like, wasn't it enough that we had that one? Like, are you guys psychologically ready to have more debates because they're going to change the race of a character again and shit is going to happen? Like, are we really ready for that again? Okay, I guess. And ironically, most people are just like, yeah, you're going to get reprints of the One Ring. It's like, are we, guys? Because either we get a reprint of that, or it feels like we're getting another One Ring card, which may be even worse. So, this is... With Wizards, you have to be careful. It's like a monkey paw wish curl thing. It's like, oh, you want more reprints? Sure. And they give you that. And after that, we get one that is called Fracture Reality, I think, which is a Universes Within. And people are already saying like, okay, it's Nicol Bolas, which can be cool. And after that, we are getting a Star Trek, people. A Star Trek of all freaking sets. Nice, a Peter Parker full art card. Oh, is this the one that is... No, right? No, okay. This is the normal one. But this card had so this card had a version. I saw this online. I was like, what? This card has a version. It's like Peter Parker and Amazing Spider-Man, like double-sided. That it was only on like the Disney stores or something like that, which is crazy because there is a lot of cards that are only on Disney stores. There are some cards that come only with some action figures. There is like, if you want to collect this set, like literally collect for the sake of collecting, good luck, my friend. And it was like this card, but like with the art from some artists that I don't want to disrespect, but Peter Parker looked like a psychopath on that one. I liked it, but I like it for the wrong reasons. It was like, oh, he looks like a psychopath. Nice. So yeah, basically Star Trek at the end. And people were expecting it because... Well, I mean, we got Age of Eternities and they did the spaceships and all that. So everyone was waiting for that Enterprise Commander card, right? And obviously they are going to do the whole shebang of... Well, these are all standard sets, so I don't think they're going to do just Commander decks. So it is what it is. If anything, if they feel... It's funny because they like obviously boosters is what gives them money because people buy collector boosters because this is basically gambling. You play, try to see what you get, and it's better than just buying the Commander decks because the Commander decks, yes, they need to design less cards. They are more cohesive and likely they're going to sell better, but also people know exactly what they're getting. So if they want something, they will just buy that something, be it the card or the precon, and that's great for us, but not great as a business model. So that's why, like, Spider-Man doesn't have Commander decks, which there are some rumors about why. Maybe it's because of the set size of the set or whatnot. But Avatar also doesn't have it, even though Avatar was kind of perfect for it. But don't worry, they are going to do they have like a Commander bundle that is kind of wink Commander, but not really. And those are already sold out, and it's going to be chaos also to get those and whatnot. So I guess, and my expectation, my hope is that for the Marvel superhero set, there are going to be Commander decks, which, I mean, in all honesty, it will be very stupid if they don't. Like, I mean, at this point, I expect anything really, but it will be very stupid if they don't. Like, I mean, if you're doing Marvel superheroes, then you have Black Panther, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and all that in the cover. Because again, let's be honest, you can't pull these with Spider-Man because of all the Spider-Man and because Spider-Man is the most popular superhero from Marvel, but you can do a set for Iron Man, right? Like, that worked for the movie, but it's not going to work for a set. Like, people like Iron Man, but not that much. So, you know, you know what I mean? So the Marvel superheroes one feels like a cheating mechanism of sorts to be like, yeah, you can put all the heroes that they just get one card and we move forward. Therefore, they could do Commander decks for that. They can do 4, they can do 5. Because it usually is the 3rd set of the year. Actually, no, it's the 4th. Damn, so many sets. Maybe that's the set that gets 5 Commander decks. Sometimes they do that once a year. So if that's the case, these cards I kind of like. I find interesting that they did this for the sagas. Visually, it's kind of cool. Like, I love Maximum Carnage, both the comic and the game for the Super Nintendo. Core Memories, you know, it is what it is. And I love it that they were like, we can do sagas like comic panels. And it's like, yes, whoever had this idea deserves a raise. So this is pretty cool. And I like it. And again, this is like, the saga is what it is, but me as a comic nerd, I look at this and go, and that's all that matters, right? That's why they released this, to get my money. So buy the singles, people. Don't do what I'm doing. So yeah, I guess they could do that. Like, they could do like a Commander deck for like the street heroes, like Daredevil and stuff like that. One Commander deck for the X-Men. Like, it really depends on how much they want to stretch it, but they could do that. And obviously, I'm just talking about Commander decks because, well, that's what most people care about. And actually, to me, that's kind of the easiest path for a lot of things. Just like get the Commander deck, and it's like having board games, self-contained, right? It's a lot easier than trying to hunt down the set. Sometimes I wished it would be easier to collect the set, but it's just easier to collect like the Panini sticker albums than Magic sometimes, which is crazy. Also cheaper, by the way. So yeah, and I think one of the craziest. So they showed a lot of things. The craziest thing to me was the Secret Lair panel. Man, this week they did a surprise Secret Lair drop of like these arts that had like a. Sorry if I'm describing them incorrectly, but hippie art style. I don't remember the name of the artist, and it was like $1 for 5 lands, which, to be honest, is kind of a fair price because it's only 5 lands and it's all cardboard. So I mean, not to disrespect the artist's work, I like the artistic style, but you know, he already got paid, and you know, this is like mass production stuff. So he got paid his part, and Wizard is going to sell X amount of units. So obviously it sold out very quickly. People say that they did that as a sort of effort to get people to buy also Spider-Man cards, because apparently even the Secret Lairs are not selling that hot. I mean, what can you expect when you do three or two command towers and soul rings and all that shit? It's like, really, guys? So that, but in the MagicCon, they showed so much shit. It's crazy. Like, there were like rumors. It's like, oh, it's gonna be like some 4B cards. It's like, nah, no way. Yeah, way. 3 drops, and one of them is kind of cool actually, because it's like Eldritch Horror 4B things. It's like, what the hell? Lovely, but I'm not gonna rush after them. I guess I'm going to print those proxies. But it's like, you know, if it was print to demand, I will be like hand to God. If it was print to demand, I will be buying most of this. Like, no joke. But since, sadly, I need to pause my entire life to be on a queue, so that after an hour they tell me, oh, it's sold out. It's like, well, I guess I will print the proxy, and that is what it is. Like, whatever. Sucks, but it is what it is. They showcase an entire Secret Lair drop for Dwight from The Office. Not for The Office card, no. Just Dwight from The Office, which is lovely but weird, I guess. Also, a PlayStation set that has cards from, I think it's multiple drops, but like there are cards from The Last of Us, cards from God of War. Like there's a card from Ghost of Tsushima from Jin Sakai. That card, the freaking art on that card slaps. I don't know if we can put it on the screen, but yeah, that card slaps hard. I think, to be honest, it's like the best looking one. It's not that the others are ugly, but they look kind of weird, like you know, the Last of Us characters and Nathan Drake and all that. They look cool, but they look weird on Magic cards. But Jin Sakai just looks like, which is kind of appropriate because, well, the Ghost of Jotei is releasing now, next week. So it's a shame that everyone is going to be playing the real MVP, which is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. But one can only be so happy. Like, and I'm forgetting some Secret Lairs. Like they released so much shit, or they showcased it. On the Web Warriors. They showcase so much shit. I actually like some from Iron Maiden as well. I was like, what? And it's like, yes. And there's already some drama because some of the cards are credited, like the artist is credited as Iron Maiden, and people are saying like, no, it should be the artist that did those for Iron Maiden, but legal reasons or whatnot. I don't know. There's already some drama there. Like, what was the other thing? Like, there was so many. Like, I don't know if I can cover them all up. Like, and they were a lot by like very good artists as well. But obviously, the meme ones or the stupid ones are the ones that are going to, people are going to talk about them more because, well, those are weird. At this point, everything is free game, I guess. Like, we have PlayStation cards. Like on the same day, PlayStation, which means like pretty much every hero from Sony Computer Entertainment is there, except Bloodborne. It's like, what's up with that? Just give me a hunter from Bloodborne, and people will be all over that shit. But some reason, no, okay. So you have the PlayStation heroes in there. Dwight Schrute in a lot of cards. Iron freaking Maiden and Furbies that are both like cute Furbies and Nightmare Horror Furbies. All in the same event, and I'm missing something else, I'm sure. Oh, nice, Spider-Verse. Like, I'm sure I'm missing something else. Like, it was crazy. And the problem is that I wasn't, like, watching it directly or anything. I was like, oh, that's right. Now is the Magicon, right? And I unlock my phone, and I see all that shit at the same time, which I guess you could say that, well, it will obviously make it more overwhelming and more fatiguing to see it like that. Like, you get all 7 sets revealed, all the products for Lorwyn, all the Secret Lairs, and blah, blah, blah. And you get all that as a rush of blood, kind of like whoosh, to your head, which is a great Coldplay album, by the way. Yes, I guess you could argue that will make me, and anyone, more fatigued. But at the same time, I mean, this all happened in the same day. Like, if you are on location at the Magicon, like it was like in less than 2 hours, you got all that shit rushed through you, right? So that's a lot of shit. And by the way, they also confirmed holiday products for Final Fantasy, which is crazy. By the way, I wanted to do this podcast with the Spider-Man play boosters, talking a lot more about Spider-Man. I guess I will do it for the other box that I bought. This one got overtaken by the Magicon and all that stuff, which I guess is unavoidable when you are doing this thing like on a weekly cadence and strong news came in, right? But it is what it is. But like they announced like also product for Final Fantasy, and it was like, what? So 4 scene boxes, which they are kind of cool because some of them are for games that didn't get that much love in the set, like Final Fantasy VIII. So like when I saw that it's like 4 scene boxes, I was like, it's gonna be Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Final Fantasy Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. And it's like, no, ironically, no. It's like Final Fantasy 15, which deserves some love. Final Fantasy 1, which is crazy. Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 9 I was kind of... but because Vivi, I guess, already has a lot of protagonism. But it's cool because, you know, they didn't get that much of a showcase. Like, you got Final Fantasy 7, 6, 10, and 14 for the Commander decks, which are like the most popular products. So I guess it's well balanced. And you also get a new bundle that is called the Chocobo bundle. And people are immediately got crazy nervous because they were like, wait, is this thing going to come with a Chocobo? Because, you know, that's another chase card. Yeah. And it's like, no, it doesn't come with that. It comes with some specific cards that only come in there. It's like a specific sheet, similar to some bundles in the past, like the Symbiote Spider-Man. Nice. Similar to the, how do you call it? The Duskmorn VHS style thing that had the L.R. Stein. Well, the author from Goosebumps, well, not the author from, like the style of the cover, the artist that did the cover for the original Goosebump books, and that was like a specific thing, and you get that random inside the bundles and whatnot. So they are doing that, but for Final Fantasy. So yeah, no new collector boosters, which is for better or worse is what it is. I was kind of afraid they will do the same as the Lord of the Rings and have another set of collector boosters. And those, you know, and it's just like all the cards again, but with a different border. And it's like, oh, please no. So, not bad. Sadly, I being on top of the places I normally buy cards, there doesn't seem to be like a immediately obvious confirmation that they are going to bring more play booster boxes. Because at this point, collector booster boxes are a one-off thing, so forget about those. But, you know, I don't know. More bundles, more play boosters. Like, you know, bundles are not a limited thing. Bundles are a thing. And you can be like, oh, they're doing the Chocobo bundles, so I guess that's that. Chocobo bundles are more like it's like the Commander bundles from Avatar. It's like, yeah, but, I mean, maybe the gift bundle is limited, but the normal bundle is not. Just reprint that shit. What is the problem here, Wizards? I don't understand it. Spider-Man Noir. Nice. Like, I don't get why are you so afraid of money? Like, unless, you know, they do dogfooding so strongly that they keep the secondary market value because they do inside trading. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Just print the fuck out of the normal boosters and let normal people just have the freaking cards. I don't understand. Like, can you imagine Panini being like, oh, sorry, we're only going to print X amount of sticker sheets for the World Cup album because, yeah, it's like yes, they have different rarities on the stickers. Like, obviously, you don't get Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in every freaking pack, but they just print the hell out of that. They want to sell it as much as possible. Wizard is weird. Their whole like secondary market thing is just weird. Like, I thought that with the collector boosters and the play boosters, and the collectors being one-off and having a lot of things that are specific to the collector boosters, this will not be a problem anymore. Just reprint play boosters until people are tired of it. But apparently they are also treating play boosters like they are commodities. So at this point, who knows, right? Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Maximum Carnage, nice. So at this point, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. We live in a crazy timeline, people. And the worst thing is, maybe it's because I'm tired, Chief. By the way, last one, kind of fast, says the guy like 50 minutes in. But I don't know. I think Wizards has cured my FOMO. In a lot of things in life, not only Magic. So I guess I have to thank them for that. Because I saw all these and I just got like, oh, that's crazy. I saw the Secret Lair cards and I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess I will print those proxies. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, because there is no point in like rushing to let's try to get it because you know, and a lot of those cards, unless you like really want that card and really want to put it in a deck that you already use for like legacy events or modern events or something, it's gonna be for commanders. So most people don't really give a rat's ass. Just bring those proxies, people. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, nice. And I think I skipped likely the coolest thing, at least in my opinion, that came out of this for the Secret Lairs, which is the Dan deck. Apparently, there is a Dan deck that is going to be a Secret Lair drop. And is you say like a deck, like a commander deck? It's like, no, a Forgetful Fish deck. If you know what I'm talking about, go to Ristic Studies channel. I mean, if you're here, likely you already know him, but a great, amazing, lovely Magic the Gathering channel about like he does like these great essays and has a great narrative style, and he appreciates the art of the cards and the heart of the cards too. But basically, he did this one video about Forgetful Fish, which is a format, a fun format for Magic. And I learned about it from that video. And then he did a video with the prof playing that. And I was like, this looks kind of cool. And I just proxied the entire deck out of that because sadly, I am not that classic of a Magic player. So I don't have a lot of those cards laying around. And I didn't want to like buy a lot of old cards just to play. So I proxied the hell out of that deck and play with friends. And it's amazing. It's lovely. That is a board game. You just have like one deck for the two people and just play, and you somehow get like this, like it's Magic, but at the same time it's not Magic, and you get like this capsule of what Magic feels like in a single deck, because you get counter spells and predicting what the other is going to do and whatnot, but you both share the same deck, so it's kind of cool. I really liked it. So that Secret Lair, I was like, this is the stuff. Sadly, again, I'm not gonna fight over it, so if I see it and I can get my hands on it, cool, I guess, but you know, it's one of those. It's like, I wish I understand that Wizards, for FOMO things like, oh, Spider-Man drops and all that, they announced it kind of on top of the date, and then they had to do it like a limited run. They already like printed them because they live on hype, right? So the Spider-Man prints need to come out nearby Spider-Man so that the hype is there, and when people start receiving their product and opening it and showcasing it on social networks, we are still on a Spider-Man season. Because let's remember that I'm opening Spider-Man stuff, that Spider-Man came out last week, and we're already talking about Avatar. Well, we're already talking about Lorwyn, really. We're already talking about all the next year. So no time to waste. So yeah, if it was the old style of Secret Lair, as a marketing tactic, I'm not saying about the players and stuff, because if it was because of the players, we don't care if the cards take like 2 months to get here, like whatever, as long as I can get them, I don't care. But this FOMO strategy is because one, FOMO, and two, to use the marketing machine. So they do that. Now they're doing Spider-Man, but for those I get it. But when you do a drop that is from an artist, that is really like just Magic for people that enjoy Magic, or something like this Dan deck, why make it a limited time drop? Just make it print to demand for 2 weeks, and then people will receive it in 2 months. Like, it doesn't have any marketing synergies with anything else. It's not a Marvel thing. It's not a Avatar thing. You know what I mean? It's just a thing. Just, you know, it's like the Extra Life things. Just do it like that. I don't know. It's like they really enjoy making this like a rat's race all the time. But yeah, so okay, pools now for a lot of emblematic scenes here. Now, in terms of specific treatments or cool looking cards, got a couple. I didn't get any of the ones that I was like hoping for, but you know, anything that is basically the comic book art, I am all in for. I hope that with the other things that we will be opening, I get some of that. Obviously, if I had the collector boosters, you pay more for better pool ratios because it's a gacha, it's gambling after all. So yeah, but it doesn't matter, because even if I don't pull the thing in 2D, I have it in 3D. So stay tuned up, because you know that sometimes I open figures and other stuff. Well, I have a couple of Spider-Man figures. So if you like a Spider-Man, know that is gonna be the real deal. And affordable figures. It's not like a Prime One Studio $1,000 figure. Plus, I don't know how to do unboxings of those. I have a couple of those and already opened, by the way. Like I had to move the camera and do a whole shebang, but yeah. So those are kind of the news. It's kind of the situation, and that's kind of the status. And these are kind of the Spider-Man cards. So I hope you enjoyed this week's conversation. Let me know down below your thoughts about both Spider-Man and the Magicon. I think this is kind of the coolest one that I pulled. And the Saga. The Saga, I like the Saga. The Saga is kind of stupid, but I like it. And there was another one that I saw that was like, But yeah, overall, just let me know your thoughts. We live in a weird time. I don't want to be overly negative, as I said last time. I want to be critical. I want to be negative because, there is some people that is joining the community in some degree or capacity because of these Universes Beyond cards. And there's a lot of people that just like Spider-Man, and they're like, oh, this is the game that everyone talks about, and this is Spider-Man, so maybe this is my time to join. And a lot of people did that with Lord of the Rings, and with Doctor Who, and with Warhammer. So, they are not less of a fan or less of a player because of that. So it's part of our responsibility as existing players that love the game. Like, I don't love Wizards, I don't love Hasbro, I love the game. Although you could argue if I love Hasbro or not because of all the cardboard that I buy from them. But I love the game, and the more people play, the better. It keeps the game healthy and all that shit. So, for some people, this is going to be their first Magic set, and this is going to be the only thing they're going to see. You could argue that, yes, they could have released like a starter kit with this set instead of this, or the free-to-give decks or whatever, but I guess they know better what they're doing, and that's what I want to believe, at least. So, for some people, this is their first Magic set, so let's try to be nice about it. And if you are new and you're like, oh, this feels kind of messy, it's like, well, it is, but don't worry. The Magic community complains a lot, but doesn't act that much. That's why we keep getting the backshot. It's not like the D&D community. Those are badass. Those immediately said, no, that's shit, sorry, and that's it. The people that we the ones that play Magic, we complain, but then we end up buying stuff in some degree or capacity. So yeah, it is what it is. But hey, if you're new, welcome. If you're old, hold the line. And let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all those things I need to say. See you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.